Hello and welcome to Cricbuzz Comm Box at the end of the 10th over of the Punjab Kings innings, who were, of course, put into bat by the Gujarat Titans, who won the toss. And at the end of 10 overs, 86 for 2. They did lose Mayank Agarwal and Johnny Bairstow both, but Liam Livingstone seems to be setting up the mood for yet another fine knock. Hardik Pandya got that one wicket there, 2 overs inside the power play. Hardik Ferguson also got Johnny Bairstow. I'm joined by Joy Bhattacharjya. Joy, welcome on Cricbuzz Comm Box. And how costly will that catch or that six, or however you want to describe that, of Livingston prove towards the end to Gujarat Titans?
Well, it's already proved costly because, after that, in the very next over, he hits a 6 and a 4 and then hits another 4 at the last ball of the over, took 14 more runs. He's really taking toll of them. But I think the commentator's curse is struck because he managed to take another wicket. But I think Liam Livingstone is still out there. I think it's Shikhar Dhawan.
Shikhar Dhawan's one, yeah. Yeah.
But it is still a terrific total. And the very interesting thing you'll see is what happens. Normally, you score much more in the power play and then you slow down. Here in the first 6 overs, you scored 43. Yeah. And the next 4 overs, you got 43 again.
Yeah, correct.
That's amazing. That, the fact that, in your power play, you got 43 and then 43 in the next 4 overs. And of course, it's Liam Livingstone who's going berserk out here. Got a lucky reprieve out there, but, these guys are so strong. They hit so hard. It's difficult to contain them.
It is, and it may prove to be very difficult towards the end also because, as you said, that power play score is also the highest against Gujarat Titans. So that shows you how well Gujarat have bowled so far in the tournament, but also how deep and how explosive a batting lineup is this for Punjab because they just continue going. But this one wicket of Shikhar Dhawan now, how does this change the equation, Joy? Because he was at 35 or 30, he was playing that foil to Liam Livingstone who could just go berserk. Now, will that change, or because they have that kind of a batting lineup, they'll continue going?
I think somebody will drop anchor on the other side, whether it's Jitesh Sharma or whether Livingston will play it around a little bit and take it. I can't see Liam Livingstone, though, under the circumstances, slowing down because he's hitting the ball well. Also, what they're trying to do is take really toll of the fifth bowler. So Narkende is somebody who they've targeted and they've gone after. The interesting thing is, why aren't they bowling more of... You see that bowling lineup, the one name that's missing out there is Rahul Tewatia.
Correct.
If Tewatia is just going to bat, I don't think he's really giving the side much value. So what is it that they're trying to do? Or are they holding Tewatia back for the end of the tournament where the pitches turn a bit more? I don't understand it. But if this guy has gone for the number of runs he has, and I was just checking the scorecard at this point in time, and Narkande has gone for 27 and 2, I think they should be giving Tewatia a chance at the other end right after this.
Yeah, but that one name that stands out there on that bowling card and has been standing out for Gujarat Titans is Hardik Pandya. Joy, those 2 overs inside the power play, that wicket of Mayank Agarwal, the heavy ball that hurried Mayank Agarwal. I mean, it's still too early, but fingers crossed, that bodes well for India too.
That bowls really well for India. He's looked the part. Even the catch he took, unfortunately, in the boundary, he just managed to touch the ropes and he couldn't have got away with it. I mean, the position he was in, his foot was in, he couldn't have avoided it. But again, that pure physical fitness in the outfield, that 135 ball that occasionally comes up to 140, that athleticism is absolutely amazing.
Correct, it is, and just the fact that he's bowling those heavy balls, he's taking that onus on himself. He's really proving to be a very good asset for Gujarat Titans with the ball as well. I mean, with the bat, we all knew that he'd bat at number 4, really contribute in that middle order. But with the ball, him doing that really adds another dimension to the squad altogether. But then, Joy, Shikhar Dhawan's gone. Jitesh Sharma is out there to bat, promoted ahead of Shah Rukh Khan. Now, how do you see this move?
I think Shah Rukh they see as a finisher, and I think that in 10th or 11th over is too early for them to expect Shah Rukh Khan in. They want him to come around the 15th and 16th and go blasting from ball 1. So after this, if there's even another wicket, expect Odean Smith to walk in before Shah Rukh Khan does. I think they want to give Shah Rukh Khan just that job of finishing and unclutter his mind a bit. I think Shah Rukh in the last couple of matches was a bit unsure of what he was supposed to do. Was he supposed to go for it immediately, or was he supposed to wait and see things through? I think that's what they're trying to do, unclutter his mind for him. And I hope they do, because he's a terrific striker of the ball.
Yeah, but he's yet to come to the party for Punjab this season. But how do you see Gujarat's approach now, Joy? They're 11 overs, 90 for 3 is what Punjab Kings score is. Rashid Khan has 1 over left. There are other bowlers in that arsenal as well. How do you see their approach going forward?
I think they're doing okay, except that they have to look at Nalkanda and say that where are we going to get those 2 overs for? For me, it's Rahul Tewatia coming in unless they think that Nalkanda can continue to bowl. If there are batsmen of the quality of Livingstone around, he's going to take a toll of bowlers like that. Because what he does is, Nalkanda doesn't have the pace, so he's just walking down the track at him, and Nalkanda is finding it difficult to control. They bought back at this point in time Hardik Pandya, which means still there is no sign of Rahul Tewatia, and it's going to be the 12th over. So that's interesting. I wonder how they're planning to play this.
Also, now that we've seen the pitch, we've seen how it's playing, we've seen the outfield, what can be a good total here? Because remember, this is the stronger suit of this Gujarat side is their bowling. That batting has had troubles with the strike rate. They've, of course, made changes there. But what can be a good score here?
I think 170, 180 is a decent score because I don't see too much, to be honest with you. I see nice carry. If you're a decent fast bowler, people like Rabada would like this track. And I don't see too much dew at this point. Remember, it's 8:30 in the evening. There's still not that much dew. So, yeah, I'm hoping that this could be a really good match.
Okay, so you're saying 170, 180, and your prediction has no bearing on this, right? That's different. That's different to Cricbuzz Live. You aren't saying that to not let them reach my prediction 205, right? No ulterior motive.
If they go berserk, they can.
Yeah.
If Shah Rukh Khan or if Liam Livingstone stays for 7 more overs, they'll reach one.
All right. There's also Jitesh Sharma, who's just hit a boundary, I'm hearing. So there's still chances. My prediction score is not out of the contention entirely. But yeah, as Joyce said, 170, 180. He predicted 187. We'll see what happens. Of course, we'll meet you at the mid-innings mark. Thank you so much, Joy, for joining us on Cricbuzz Comm Box. We'll see you at the moment this innings gets over.